And this video is an instructional video on how to refill your mixing chamber. In our last video, we showed you how to refill the pen itself, and we did the YG3, which was one of my favorite colors to use. So we showed you how to refill that, and now we're going to show you how to refill the mixing chamber. One thing I do want to point out, all the nibs are replaceable. There's 3 nibs in this pen. That means the brush nib, the bullet nib, and the mixing chamber nib are replaceable, and all those replacements are available on our site and through other fine retailers. Now, the colorless blending solution is almost essentially the same as any of our colored inks. The kit contains the same thing. The refill kit itself has the colorless blending solution, 25 ml or 25 gram, inside of this great little low inkwell bottle. You're getting the ink injector in 2 parts. Again, that's not a sharp edge, so you don't have to worry about poking yourself. And you get a good set of instructions, which once again tells you, cover your surface that you're working on. I don't suggest doing this on wood either. Just make sure you got a nice mat underneath. I use cardstock over my mat and a little bit of paper towel. And what we're going to do, step 3, is we're going to remove that mixing chamber nib. And a standard set of tweezers can work. We really do suggest getting a set of the chameleon tweezers because it has a fairly long neck in there, and it's got the little pincers, so it's designed to get in and to be able to just grasp that nib without damaging it and just twist and pull that out. So that's how I remove that mixing chamber nib. Now again, we only fill this 1 ml at a time. Important. Inside of this mixing chamber is just over 3 mils of ink, or 3 grams of colorless blender. So you don't want to be putting 3 more in because there'll probably still be some of the colorless blender left over. It's never completely dry. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just unscrew this, and I'm going to take my ink injector and put it inside that inkwell bottle. And I just love that it's so stable. I think that's such a great thing. I don't have to worry about it tipping over. And I'm just going to take it and give it a light pull, and this will just suck up, and I can see that that's just 1 gram of that colorless blender. Now I've removed that nib, and I'm going to take the ink injector, and there's a little hole you can see down there, and I'm just going to take this, I'm going to slide it, and once again I can feel that resistance. That means it's hit the transorb that's inside there. And what I want to do is just push that in so that I get it right inside the transorb. And all I'm going to do is just give that a squeeze. I'm going to fill it with that colorless blender. And now that I've done that, give it a pull out. And I'm going to take my mixing chamber nib and put it back in here. And again, this is where you kind of find that these tweezers are a bit more advantageous because it's got such a long neck to it, and it allows you to get this all the way down to the bottom. And I'm not touching the top of the nib there. I'm actually just holding it along the sides, so that's important. And then just give it a nice push down to make sure that it's tamped all the way down. Again, we check to make sure that it's seated all the way, and the way I do that usually is using the bullet nib. And as long as this fits snugly and the tips fit nicely together, that's when you'll find that it's seated properly. Now, it's really just that simple to be able to refill your mixing chamber. And I am just going to clean this up, and all I have to do is just pop that off, make sure I put my lid on. I want to make sure I cover that back up. Take a look at my instructions. Yes, I did that. Yes, I did that. Yes, I put that back in. Yes, I put the lid back on. And oh, I am very happy because I now have my mixing chamber refilled, and I'm good to go for the next time.